Coming down onto the mat. And with a ha, lying on your back, hugging your knees to your chest. Ha. Inhale. He. He. Hey. Hey.
Okay, I won't be. I don't holler. Oh, I don't do it so loudly, It's okay.
Hey, Mary, your volume's on. And
Sorry.
huh, and ho. Ho. And now being and breathing. Releasing the arms out to the sides, feet to the floor. Inhale. Hey, the knees over to the right. Hey. Inhale up. Hey to the left. Hey. Inhale up. Hey. Inhale up. Hey. You can play with head voice and chest voice, up and down, up to you. Inhale up through the nose. Hey. Inhale up. Switch. Hey. Inhale up. Hey. Inhale up. Hey. And you can begin to maybe reach a little farther into the pose. Hey. Stretching the opposite shoulder blade into the floor luxuriously. Inhale up. Hey. Inhale up. Hey. A couple more on your own. Inhale. Exhale, voice. Inhale. The voice and the movement are connected. How are they connected? How does the voice affect the stretch and the movement? does the movement affect the voice? Hey. Hey. Inhale up. Ha. Hug your knees into your chest. Ah. So we're checking to see if our voice, breath, and body are integrated. Life tends to de-integrate them, disconnect them. So during movement, when we add the voice, that helps us add our breath, because it frankly forces us to exhale, which, as we know, often we don't do during the day. So simple movements with voice. There's the future of yoga right there. And the only reason it isn't the future of yoga right now is that a lot of people run in the opposite direction when they see the word voice attached to their yoga practice. And there's a reason for that. And that's why it's so important we work on our voice. It is the number one tool, in my opinion, to work with empowerment with people. And ha, the knees down. Ah. Cross the right leg over the left. Inhale into both diaphragms, pelvic floor and thoracic. Inhale. Hey. And stretching that opposite shoulder blade to the floor. Inhale up. Hey. 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 Inhale, pelvic floor. Any noise is legal. Simply noticing if the pose affects the voice and the voice is affecting the pose. Inhale up. No matter how ridiculous the sound. Getting comfortable with this, huge for confidence and empowerment. Huge, huge, huge. Can't overstate it enough. Inhale up. And for you vocalists out there, and for everybody, interesting to note which of your registers feels more connected to your body, head voice or chest voice. That will give us a whole bunch of information right there. Inhale up. Inhale up. Switch the legs. Through the nose. Luxurious. luxuriousness is what we're after. And eventually, you start using lyrics and songs or monologues or speeches with this work. Inhale up to ground it and connect it into the body and nervous system. And then when we perform, it works better. That's what we want, is things to work better. Inhale nose, luxuriate freely. Change the vowel if you like. And of course, we're change the vowel through instant intuition, not by thinking about it. Inhale up. Whatever works is right. Inhale up. Inhale up. Inhale up. Inhale up. Inhale up. Inhale up. Inhale. Inhale. Hug your knees into your chest. Noticing if that work had any effect on your nervous system or on your voice or with your breathing. And come on up on an exhale. Pillow between top of the crest, bottom of the ribs. So utilizing just a little bit of extra work and plunging your diaphragm into the pillow. If we're dealing with any extreme anxiety or trauma, we might try to breathe around the pillow, and that's fair enough. But it's supposed to make the inhalations a little harder because we're doing weightlifting for your diaphragm. So, continuing to breathe into the pillow. And now, whatever effort you're using in order to do the breathing into the pillow, cease and simply breathe into the pillow. Let your body breathe you, relax, soften. Excuse me. Lie on the pillow and let the pillow do all the work. Softening into the pillow. Roll up enough to take the pillow out from under you. Lie back onto your tummy and breathe and notice. Now, the one thing I didn't notice at the beginning of the class, I believe, is a chair. So, find yourselves a chair, like the one I had my computer sitting on. So we'll change that. And this is one of the golden exercises for helping alter the effects of too much sitting. And these days I'm throwing at least one of these into our classes. Well, due to a lot of us that are doing a lot of sitting these days. So we start, first of all, by crossing the legs, just like we did for our first series. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lengthen the neck. Hoe yourself down. Now, this might not be possible for everyone. If it isn't, you bring your knees up to you. So here's where a pillow, a bolster, or a blanket might come in handy. I'll use a bolster because it's easier. You have the knees crossed, put the bolster into the belly. And voila, you're dropping down to a more comfortable pace. If that isn't comfortable, pillow, bolster. Bringing yourself up to whatever level works, and then over time, you take out one, and then maybe even after a few days, weeks, or months, and we can feel this one in all sorts of places. So be gentle, use the props as needed. And come up. Switch the legs. Same idea, start with a prop. Inhale, exhale up. That's number one. Number two, I'm putting the part of my leg that's just past the the ankle bone onto my leg. So we want to be careful not to place the foot right on the knee, because then the ankle's taking a lot of the torque, or in my case, the jaw, apparently. The leg on just above the knee. And again, even more, depending on how high this knee is, you will want some props. And this time the prop might even go on the lower leg, not on the leg that's up. So if you can see, yeah, you can see that better. Might go right here. Give us some space. Again, if that's not enough, so hang out there for a moment. For those who've done a lot of sitting and not a lot of opening in the hips and in the thighs and throughout the pelvis area, this can be whoa. So lots of upward motion with props if necessary. And as you're breathing through the belly, you're letting that opposite leg, opposite knee, opposite hip, opposite groin, opposite hip flexor soften. Coming up and switching. Being curious if the two sides feel different. And coming up. Switch again. And you put your head wherever it feels okay. And switch. And come up. And stand up. Give your hips a little bit of a wiggle. See if you notice any difference in flexibility or mobility. And let's move the chair. All fours. Inhale, down dog ho. Ho. Upward dog ha. 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 Down dog ho. Ho. Left foot between the hands. Hey. Hey. Reaching through the front knee, pressing back through the back heel, making a wish. Inhale, step back into downward dog. Hey. Hey. Inhale, other leg forward. Hey. Hey. Forward through the front knee, back through the back heel. Head coming straight out of the spine, jaw soft, breathing in the belly. Back into dog. Hey. Hey. Upward dog ha. Ha. Down dog ho. Ho. All fours. Cat twist hey. Hey. Inhale up. Cat twist hey. Hey. Inhale up. Hey. Inhale up. Hey. Inhale up. Hey. So using this arm to press the twist a little farther. Hey. Inhale up. Happy puppy he. He. 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 Inhale up. Upward dog ha. Ah. Wiggle. Ah. Inhale up. Down dog ho. Ho. And come down onto our backs, hugging our knees to our chest, like when we started, except this time straighten the legs, bring the arms behind, and the hands grab onto the legs. So straightening your legs as best you can. If this is straight right now, that's okay. Straighten them as best you can. Press through the heels as best you can. Pull the legs away from you and resist with the hands. 30% of your strength. Exhale, go. Pressing through the heels, pressing through the heels, pressing through the heels, and release. See if the legs will come a little closer to you. Now, pull away, resist. Press through the heels, and pull the legs. See if they come a little closer. And pull away. Resist with the hands, 30% of your strength. And again. And pull away, resist. This is also for too much sitting. And release. Pull the legs in. As you may notice, your lower back and hamstrings are starting to release. We often think hamstrings are about hamstrings, but often they're not. They're about a tight lower back, which is yanking on the pelvis, which thereby yanks on the hamstrings. So often when people are all, I have tight hamstrings. No, they don't. What they have is a tight lower back, which then makes the hamstrings appear to be quote unquote short, for which there's no such thing. One more. Pull in. Press away. Press through the heels. Resist with the hands. Resist with the hands. And then check them out again. Notice if there's any increased mobility and flexibility. The mobility will come in the pelvis. The flexibility will come in the hamstrings. And just for funsies, roll over and check out your new hamstrings and your new lower back. Into downward dog. Ho. Ho. To see if that feels any different. Go for a little bike ride. So yeah, that's an important one if we're doing a lot of sitting. And come down. Sit on the feet. Tucking the toes under. And release. And front ankle stretch. And release. Tuck under. And release. Ankle stretch. And down. Coming to standing on an exhale. And the bouncer. Pick a vowel. Vowel might change, and that's fine. Just keep the voice activated. Noticing if the shoulders are bouncing. You can let those shoulders bounce. Now can you let the jaw bounce? Let that jaw joint go. Now letting the neck go. Might bounce around a little bit. So shoulders, jaw, and neck. And release. Notice, notice, notice. Swim in the soup. Or in the electrical current. Or in the river, whatever it feels like to you. Knees slightly bent, shoulders down the back. Standing without muscular engagement. Being here now. And open the eyes. Come out. And some palm tree. Palm tree is so important for singers. The first set of muscles that tend to atrophy on us as human beings as we age, and by as we age, after the age of about 22 apparently, are our intercostals. Because we so often do this, we're always moving forward, And often we do some back stretches as a intuitive reaction to all this forward motion, but rarely in our lives do we have any reason to do this unless we're doing some shot putting or weird acting moves. So, and of course, a tight intercostals, immobile rib cage means lungs can't expand properly. And it means that the diaphragm starts to become affected because the ribs won't let the diaphragm drop and spread. So we really want to keep the palm tree going as we go through life. And I'll show it kneeling simply because makes it easier on the screen. Inhale up, take hold of the right hand, exhale over, attempting to keep the lower armpit moving towards me and the upper armpit moving away from me. And we hang out. If this feels quite strong to anyone, repeat, repeat, repeat. Inhale up, keep both legs grounded into the floor, keep both hips grounding into the floor. Lengthening up, over, down is a coincidence. Bottom armpit towards me, upper armpit away from me. Inhale up. Switch wrists. This time, pick a vowel. Hey. Keep it going. Another one of the reasons that voice in yoga is the future is the voice will immediately point out if we are not breathing as we go into a pose. Because you'll get something to the effect of as we head into a pose, which we can often get away with if we're not noticing that's what we're doing, and then actually we're not really doing yoga at that point. We're doing some sort of straining exercise. Inhale up. So using the voice points out our breath, which points out what we need to work with in the body and the nervous system especially. Inhale. Because if the nervous system continues to react upwardly, we're not doing yoga, we're just straining. And yoga is the opposite of that, which is why it's so good for us. It down-regulates the nervous system while increasing our energy. And what tends to happen out there is we have upregulated nervous systems as we're creating energy. So it's like we're energized, but there's a layer of anxiety underlying the energy. And what we want is calm energy. Switch, and down, upper armpit back, lower armpit forward. And up, and last one. Lower forward, upper back. And come up. Lying on our backs. If you have a blanket handy, Shavasana. So we do Shavasana to give the body, but more importantly the nervous system, and more importantly the brain, a chance to accept and integrate what we've done. So if we do some wonderful restorative yoga and then rush out into the world and start jumping up and down, waving our arms for attention, it teaches the body-mind-brain connection that this space that we find ourselves in is easily rattled and not really what we want. So we give ourselves a chance to integrate. By letting the floor hold you up fully. Softening the shoulders, jaw, eyeballs into their sockets, feet, kneecaps, pelvis gets heavy, temples softened. Inhale. Exhale, wiggle fingers and toes, rotate ankles and wrists, stretch out whatever you want to stretch out and wiggle whatever you want to wiggle. And roll over to the right hand side and come up to sitting.